Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Raifatur Rahman. In this time, I want to tell you about how to drawing something good and looks real. If you want to take your drawings to the next level, give them realistic depth. Choose finishing point that you place on the horizon of your drawing. You will make a line that extends for this point, and use the grid that they make to position your subject. Since the lines move back to the horizon, drawing in the perspective will make your subject appear to have depth. Practice with a few simple shapes before moving on to landscapes, still life, or cityscapes in the perspective. In here, I want to tell you how make drawing with two position perspective. Once you've decided where you want your viewer eyes level to be, lay a ruler there on your paper. Draw a like line across the ruler to create the horizon line. Place the horizon in any part of your paper, not just in the center. You could make the horizon in the upper 1/3 or lower 1/3, for instance. Draw two small dots on the horizon as far apart as you like, although there aren't rules about where to position this point. Keep in mind that symmetrical placed points don't look as natural. For the most realistic looking perspective, try to place the dots so they are for canted. They can even be outside of the paper. Try putting one finishing point near one edge of the paper on the horizon and make the other point off of the paper on the horizon. To do this, make a mark on your work surface on the type down a scrap piece of paper next to your drawing paper. Place your ruler on a finishing point and draw a light line to the area where you want to put the subject for your drawing. Then make 2 or 3 more lines for the same finishing point. Repeat this for the other finishing point so all of the perspective lines from both points sum together. If you place a finishing point off of the paper, you can still put your ruler on it. Pull the ruler so it scratches onto your drawing paper. Then you can make the perspective lens. Now that you have agreed, it's much easier to draw your subject. To practice two-point perspective, draw a box or rectangle along the perspective lines. This will make the flat top of your box. Once you become comfortable with drawing simple shapes into point perspective, you can move on to asymmetrical object. Place your ruler vertically so it's perpendicular to your horizon line. Then move the ruler so it's at a corner of your box and draw a straight line down. Use the ruler to make straight lines that close off the bottom of your box. Two-point perspective is great for drawing items in a still life or distant buildings.